YouTube, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we got one from the great people over at CBR.com. It's time to reveal Darksiders 4. Guys, deposit your soul coins and let's get started into today's Did You Know What If segment. All right, guys, let's hop right into it. Now, I know this article is old. This was published July 26th. All right, so a little bit ago, last month. The reason I really wanted to do this video is because, yes, I do agree with this. Because why? If you guys do pay attention to my channel, then you would know that my #1 favorite game series of all time is God of War, and Darksiders is #2 in that slot. All right, so yes, I am too a wondering fan about this. So it's time to reveal Darksiders 4. Let's go ahead and hop right into this article. Darksiders tells the epic story of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. It started in 2010, and with one more story left, it's time to finish it. The Darksiders series is interesting because each entry has followed a different protagonist with their own experiences and views on the overarching story. The franchise follows the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, with the premiere game following the tactical war, the sequel following the stealthy death, and Darksiders 3 following the rage-fueled fury. With only 2 years between the release of the first and second games, fans expected the third and fourth games to follow shortly thereafter. In 2010, Darksiders was released, and in 2012, Darksiders 2. But due to financial troubles, the publisher behind the franchise, THQ, filed for bankruptcy, and hopes for any more Darksiders games were lost. Fortunately, Nordic Games acquired THQ, alright, and rebranded itself as THQ Nordic, alright, reigniting fans' hopes. In 2018, those hopes paid off, and Darksiders 3 was released. It has been 4 years since Darksiders 3 dropped, and fans have only been given a small spin-off game called Darksiders Genesis to tie them over, alright? The wait needs to end though, and with Gamescom 2022 coming up, one of the attendees, THQ Nordic, will hopefully reveal, come on, Darksiders 4, man, Darksiders 4, alright? It will be easy to say that Darksiders is a hack and slash series and nothing more. Following the first one, if each game were merely copies of the original Darksiders, that statement might be valid. The truth is that each entry plays out a little differently, ensuring that each game is unique to the chosen protagonist. The first game resembles the hack and slashing of God of War, but with players taking on the role of the more level-headed and intimidating War. The sequel moves in a slightly different direction from that. Darksiders 2 follows the cold and calculating death, and while the player still hacks and slashes through enemies, more gameplay elements were incorporated. Death is much more agile than his burlier brother, War, so there is much more wall running, level exploration, and stealth mechanics to Death's journey. The series makes another directional shift in the next installment. Darksiders 3 might be the most divisive one in the series because the developer Gunfire Games chose to incorporate a more challenging combat style, somewhat in line with that of Dark Souls. Perhaps this decision was meant to be more of a meta storytelling tactic. As her name states, Fury is more enraged than her brothers and is therefore unpredictable, so forcing the player to focus harder on blocking and dodging is like forcing Fury to calm her mind. The default combat of Darksiders 3 wasn't entirely well received, so Gunfire introduced classic combat and a patch that feels more similar to the first 2 Darksiders. The 4th installment will follow the gun-toting horseman Strife, giving the developers another opportunity to shift the gameplay. Because Strife is the only horseman to primarily use guns, Darksiders 4 might be closest compared to the excellent Devil May Cry series. All kinds of crazy gun blasting combos might be had with Darksiders 4, or the game might surprise everyone and be more of a third-person shooter. Based on the spin-off Darksiders Genesis, Strife is also the most wisecracking of all the horsemen, which is a welcome change from the other 3, who are decidedly more serious. Experiencing a Darksiders game with more of a humorous edge to the main character is an exciting possibility. This radically new direction would undoubtedly align with how the series has shifted throughout the years. Whatever the case, Darksiders 4 has been a long time coming, and fans want to see how the epic story of the Four Horsemen will conclude. Guys, there you have it, alright. Darksiders 4, alright. Well, not really Darksiders 4, but this is just the coming of age for Darksiders 4. What do they say? Manifest, you know, talk it into existence. That is what we're doing here, Gunfire Games and THQ Nordic. Come on, make Darksiders 4. Yo, this game, if you guys have not played it, please do make sure you go on ahead and download this, bruh. Download this game, go on ahead and buy it. Darksiders 1, Darksiders 2, and Darksiders 3, and also Darksiders Genesis for the Switch and PC. Please do make sure you go on ahead and play them. I've played them all, and they are all fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really like Genesis in the beginning until I actually got my hands on it, and I love the game. So with that being said, guys, yo, pump up THQ Nordic, let them know to go on ahead and make Darksiders 4. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, you already know what to do. Don't be afraid to hover and haunt that like button. Subscribe today to become part of the Soul Gang, Team Nephilim. Let's get it. Tap that notification bell to know each and every time that I'm uploading these videos. And guys, remember, to be good at the game, you gotta kill with skill. And until our next nightmare, guys. Peace. Love you guys.